Hey everybody, welcome to Mike Oski's Kitchen. I'm Mike Olszewski. This is the weekly check-in, my 50 by 50. Here we go, from last week to this week. 2 more pounds, yes, 2 more pounds. I know it's crazy. There's consistency going on here, but that's because I'm staying consistent with what I'm doing, how I'm eating, and how I'm exercising. It's been fantastic, it's been fun, and I'm appreciating some of the benefits. Look, hey, so 2 pounds, that puts me down a total of 31 with 19 to go by my 50th birthday, which is in July. We got like 3 months to do that. So I'm way ahead of schedule. Even if I meet it before that, I'm gonna keep going, okay? So listen, today we're gonna have a fantastic dish. Listen, we're not going to sacrifice flavor and taste just to eat a certain way. You know, you gotta enjoy your food, you gotta enjoy what you do, because you know what? A good plate of food puts a smile on your face, and that's why I do this, because I wanna help you put smiles on people's faces too. We're making this wonderful, wonderful Alfredo chicken bake today. Loaded, perfectly high in protein and very low in carbohydrates. So this is what we're doing. An Alfredo chicken bake. Wait till you see how easy it is. Wait till you see how tasty it's gonna be. Oh folks, you're not gonna wanna miss this. Down 2, 19 to go, total of 31. I can't complain. But for right now, let's head over to that workstation. Let's make this one now. It's easy and you're gonna love it. I'll see you Hey everybody, welcome to Mike Oski's Kitchen. I'm Mike Olszewski, and this is my kitchen. If you're tuning in, I hope you're being the chef of your kitchen and putting down some really good food for your folks and your friends and your family and everybody else that you know, because I always say happy belly brings a smile to your face, and I'm here to help you put smiles on people's faces. We're still going with the 50 by 50. That means we got to be 50 pounds by 50 years old in July from me, but as you saw in the intro, I'm down 31. So I got to go 19 more, but I think I'm going to get there. We're keeping this train going. We're going to make a fantastic, simple dish today called Alfredo chicken bake. You are going to absolutely love this. You're going to not only going to love the taste of it, but you're going to love how easy this thing is. Here's some ingredients. There's some ingredients going in here, but there's not a whole lot of work. The only thing we're going to be cutting up and chopping up today is this chicken. Okay, we're just going to cut up in small little bite-sized pieces, and we'll go from there. But here's what's going to go in this thing. We have some chicken broth, broccoli's great. We have some heavy cream. We have some cream cheese, basil leaves, some Italian seasoning, salt and pepper. We have some garlic. Gotta have garlic. You gotta have, and then some butter, and of course Parmesan cheese and some mozzarella cheese. You can see the totals of how much you're using as it goes through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of clear this area off here. I'm gonna chop this chicken up, and when I come back, I'm gonna show you kind of what size the chicken, so you can, you wanna make sure that when you're eating a thing, you're getting a piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, a piece of cheese, all that kind of stuff. So you gotta make sure they're bite-sized. I'll show you exactly how I do it, and I'm just gonna salt and pepper them to kind of season them up, okay? So right now, I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way, cut my chicken up, and let you know how it looks, and then we're gonna head over to the hot spot, be there for a little bit, put it all into a baking dish, throw it in the oven, and we're gonna eat. That's how simple it is. I'll see you right back here. We're back. What I went ahead and did is cut this chicken up. You can see they're little bite-sized pieces. Okay, that's what you want to have, because you want to make sure that the chicken is small enough, but big enough to get a nice little chunk of it, but also to make sure it integrates well into the dish. Okay, so you can get some chicken, get some chicken, get some broccoli and everything else on one bite. It's the best way to do it. All I'm going to do is just hit this thing with a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm going to hit some pepper on it. And once I get it cooking, I'll get the other side. I'll keep salt and pepper in this thing as it cooks, just a little bit at a time. That's why I get a little bit on it there, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. Just shake over top of it. At this point now, we're gonna head over to the hot spot, finish this thing up, spend the most time at the hot spot, throw it into a baking dish, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do after that, and let's eat this thing. Right now, we gotta take care of the chicken, so I'll see you over at the hot spot. All right, guys, we're back. Hey, I put a tablespoon of butter into my pan. I'm using an old cast iron pan. I call it old iron sides. My favorite way to cook. I'm going to take that chicken, and as the butter's melting, I'm going to take the chicken and put it right in with it. Okay? I'm just going to kind of break it down and move it around. As it heats up, the butter's going to melt. We're going to keep sauteing this chicken, so to speak, with the butter. Get it nice and coated with the butter that's already in there. And we just want to cook the chicken. That's all. I mean, brown it a little bit. Make sure you get get the pink out of it. But I don't know, however long it takes you to cook chicken, you know how it works. And now, before I do that, I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. Just like that. And a little bit more salt. Why not? We're going to go ahead and let this chicken cook a little bit. And when I come back, I'm going to show you when the chicken's done what we're going to do next, because it's a very important step. So you're going to not want to miss that. So let's go ahead and let this chicken go. Let's let it cook. Start cooking. You cook chicken before, right? Cook it just like you always do. Get it nice and cooked and browned even, but make sure the pink's gone. Make sure it's cooked through. All right, guys, our chicken's done. Look how nice it looks. A little brown here and there, but the big thing is that you want to make sure it's done, because you don't want, we're not going to cook this in the oven. This is the most the chicken's going to cook, really, until we put it back into the dish. So we'll take all the chicken out, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add our good stuff. I call it the good stuff. That's going to make our Alfredo sauce and taste. But there's a little step I want to do with you here. Get all this chicken out. Very good. Now, see all that stuff on the bottom of the pan? All the little chicken pieces. We're going to add a little bit of chicken broth to this. In fact, just 2 tablespoons. And we're going to go ahead and deglaze this thing a little bit. There's 1, there's 2. Take your spatula and just go ahead and just rub it all in there. Get all that chicken off the ground, off the bottom of the pan, and this way it works. So hang with me here. We're going to keep going. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. And then we're going to add our garlic. So what we're going to do is get the butter nice and melted and integrate the garlic to it. That pan's nice and hot as it is. It's okay, a couple pieces of chicken still stuck in there. You guys just hanging out. Then we'll get the butter nice and melted. Spread that garlic out. You want it nice around a couple minutes, 2, 3 minutes. So everything smells good. Look at that. That looks really good. I like to just take my spoon and eat some of that. I love garlic. There we go. All right, now what we want to do as that butter's continuing to melt, we want to go ahead and add our cream cheese, about 1 ounce. Put it right in there. And we're going to melt that down as well, and we're going to add our heavy whipping cream. About 1 cup. There we go. And we're just going to stir this up and let this start to thicken. So I'll let this cheese break down. I'll get the whipping cream mixed up, and I'll see you right back here just in a few minutes. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so we're having our heavy cream and our butter and everything mixing together right now. While I was doing this, I want to go ahead and get a little Italian seasoning, about a teaspoon or so, and we want to mix that in as well. We want this cream to thicken up a little bit. If you keep moving it like this on the heat, the heavy cream will begin to thicken. So we want to make kind of a sauce with this, okay? So I'm just going to keep moving this around, and I'll see you right back here in a second. All right, so this is getting nice and thick right now. We want to make sure we move a little quicker, because this cream will thicken quick. It waits for nobody. 2/3 cup of parm. Let's get that mixed in. Parmesan cheese. You can buy the already grated one. You see it's starting to make a nice, thicker sauce. See what that parm does? And then what we're going to do is add our mozzarella with it right now. And of course, the recipe calls for, a cup, total cup, but I like to use 2/3 here, and then I'll use the other third for the final step. And that's totally up to you, but that's the way I like to do it. You can add more cheese in, and you can add less cheese, totally up to you. But we want to take the cheese now and get it nice and melted. So everything's integrated, the parm, the mozzarella, the Alfredo sauce that we just made. Now, next thing, let's add our chicken right to it. Now we're going to go ahead and fold this in together. Don't worry, it's nice and thick. That's the way it's supposed to be. But once we get this thing into the oven, it will thin out. It'll hydrate itself. So look at that. Oh, does that look good? So I'm going to go ahead and take it, let this continue to heat up just a little bit more. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We have one final step before we put it in the oven. That's it. All right, so one thing I didn't show you, I added the broccoli with it too. So you can see it's nice, this nice little thick mixture. I'm just going to go ahead and take it out, put it all into a baking dish. 9 by 13 is what I use. And right now I have my oven set to broiler. So we're going to get this into the oven here in a minute. Once we get the broiler heated up, I'm going to make this look nice and flatten it out. And we're going to sprinkle more cheese on it and let that cheese begin to bubble under the broiler. And then we're about ready to eat. So you just want to kind of flatten it out a little bit into the baking dish. And again, this is a bake. This is a casserole. Put it all together. And that's what it's going to look like. I'm going to put some additional cheese on it. Some more of your mozzarella, just cover it. A little bit more would be fine. And the last thing I'm going to do is finish up with a little bit of basil. That's ready to go in the oven. When I go in the oven, again, 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, but what you want to look for when it's under the broiler is when that cheese begins to melt and bubble a little bit, then it's ready to come out. I'll see you back here, actually over at the workstation, because when I bring this out, I'm going to try this thing. I can't wait. Hey folks, we're back. This is my favorite part. You know it is. My favorite part of the video is to test. Oh, I can't wait to taste this. This is so good. It smells good. If you could smell my kitchen, you know what I'm talking about. So here we go. Alfredo chicken bake. So simple, so easy. You saw how it went. Now let's try to see what it tastes like. Take a little bit of chicken. I'll get one of these broccoli florets. Perfect. Oh. Guys, that's so good. You can taste the garlic. You can taste the Italian seasoning. You can taste the chicken, of course. You can taste the, oh gosh. It's so good. Good thing about this one, it's around about 50 grams of protein, 6 or 7 grams of carbs in that kind of serving. That's what you can get. Tastes that good and be that good for you if you're on that low carb world like I am. I'm gonna finish this. I can't wait. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. I love having you. Stay tuned. We're gonna continue on. But I always say I love you so much for being here. I hope you make this for your family and put smiles on their faces and warm their bellies up. Still drinking my beer, low carb. Again, thanks for being here. God bless you. I love you. And in my own special Polish way, let me do this again. Na zdrowie.